Something doesn't feel right in Zambia. A former president dies, the current president insists on viewing the body, the government bans public viewing, and while the country mourns, a global Freemason conference begins, hosted just in a few days. Is it all just a coincidence, or something darker is happening? This is not your regular conspiracy theory. This is power, death, and ritual in real time. And now, let's go deeper. Edgar Lungu was no ordinary former president. Love him or hate him, he was still a major political force. But when the news of his death broke, the reaction was cold. There was no body viewing, there was no footage of his body arriving. There were conflicting reports that he died in South Africa, that he died while jogging, that he was sick and could have been treated. Then the strangest thing happened. The private jet from Angola that was supposed to transport his body never arrived. Then suddenly, the government tried to take over the funeral. But the family didn't want them involved. The press was shut down. All the journalists asking questions about the body were shut down. Why all the secrecy?
You may wonder, what is this obsession that is going on about Edgar Lungu and his body? Perhaps it's the same obsession that they had about the body of Christ. And those that fabricated a story to say, perhaps it's not reason, they've stolen his body. Today a strange question was asked by the judge. And the question was, suppose the current president wants to see the body.
President Hakainde Hichilema insisted on one strange demand. He personally wanted to view the body of Edgar Lungu. The government said it was because they wanted to confirm the body. But Zambians are asking why. What was he trying to see? Was the body fake, or was it something ritualistic? In many Masonic and other traditions, the body of an opponent holds spiritual power. Viewing it or being near it can symbolize power transfer. Is this the reason why HH wants to view it alone? And the gloves. Why would the president and his top officials wear white gloves during funeral activities? In Freemason rituals, white gloves symbolizes purity in ritual act. They are worn during initiation, death, and ceremonies of spiritual transfer. Was this the final ritual? While Zambia is mourning the death of Edgar Lungu, something unbelievable happened. A Freemason conference to be hosted right here in Zambia. Yes, while the country was grieving, an international Freemason gathering was to be held just miles away from Embassy Park. And who else was present? Several powerful Masonic leaders from across Southern African region, from Zimbabwe, South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia. Now pause for a moment. If this was a regular event, why hold it the same exact week as a presidential funeral? This isn't just bad timing. Some believe that the two events are spiritually linked, and that the death of Edgar Lungu was a ritual handover of Zambia to the Masonic order. HH has quietly pushed to abolish the National Day of Prayer, calling it unnecessary and that there are just too many holidays.
Bring investment in electricity. That's what I was doing in America, instead of remaining here on the 18th of October on a useless day of prayer. Boza.
On the surface, that might just sound like cost-cutting. But in a country as Christian as Zambia, canceling the National Day of Prayer isn't just bold, it's unheard of. In Masonic thought, God is referred to as the great architect of the universe, not God of the Bible. They support spirituality without religion and ritual over public worship. If HH is connected to the Freemasons like many believe, then abolishing the National Day of Prayer could be his first move in reshaping Zambia's spirituality. Let's look deep into history. Zambia has always been a spiritual battleground. In the 60s and 70s, Kenneth Kaunda made Lusaka the headquarters of liberation movements. From ANC to SWAPO, their revolutionary leaders lived in Lusaka.
God is hearing me. I can never sell out Africa. Never. Not me. Not these boys here. Not these girls here. We are men and women of principle. We have done all these things in search of peace.
Even Nelson Mandela, right after his release from prison, made his first stop to Lusaka and not Johannesburg. Even their national anthem share lyrics. From Zimbabwe to South Africa to Tanzania, Nkosi Sikelel isn't just a symbol of unity, but a spiritual alignment. Now in 2025, the question is HH protecting Zambia's spiritual destiny, or is he selling it off? Now let's entertain the possibilities that won't leave Zambian WhatsApp groups. What if Edgar Lungu isn't dead? Why nobody viewing? Why did HH need confirmation? Why did the plane from Angola vanish right before arriving to collect the body? Now some Zambians whisper, was it a political disappearing act? Was it a deal? Or was it a warning? Maybe HH regional relationships will tell us a lot. Zimbabwean President Mnangagwa does not respect him or like him because he allowed AFRICOM to come into Zambia. South Africa's Ramaphosa is silent. Some are even claiming that he and Lungu were even much more closer than we even know. HH is seen as a Western golden boy, a businessman, investor friendly, and now he might just be a Freemason-backed ruler. And there's a saying, when the old god dies or disappears, a new god takes over. Now here's the big question. Did Edgar Lungu really die? Did HH use his death as a ritual to gain full control? Is Zambia now in the hands of the Freemasons? You decide. In the world of African politics, truth and conspiracy often sleep in the same bed. Now stay woke, stay sharp, like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs to start asking questions. This has been A2A, where Africa meets America.